finally, a convincing win for Manchester United. All we can say is that it has been much needed and it's about bleeding time. All Manchester United have done here tonight is beaten a absolutely piss poor Wolves side who will be relegated as the worst team in Premier League history. The only blotch really on the evening was that moment again that Ruben always bemoans, that 10-minute spell at the end of the first half where United allowed Wolves to just gather a bit of momentum and grab themselves a chance in the game. One shot on target for Wolves and it went in the back of the net. It's always the same with Manchester United. So the reaction was everything. Everything that we wanted to see from Manchester United was going to come in that second half. Everything that Manchester United needed to do was there in that second half, and they did it. We were all asking the question at half-time. 1-1, it's a disgrace, it's horrible. It's the same old Manchester United doing Manchester United things again this season. Are we going to get that performance come out in the second half? No, was the answer. The United players went into a huddle and they had a little word with themselves and they came out and they reacted. It was very similar to what we did against Crystal Palace. A second half performance, a game we've won in the second half, the second time this season. This was something that Manchester United were pulled on after that West Ham game by several journalists. Tonight, we have put them demons to bed again. Another away win for Manchester United. I think that's level with the amount of games we won last season, actually, away from home in the entirety of last season. So that, again, is a good plus point for United. Plus 4 goal difference, 4 goals scored in a game, third highest goal scorers in the league right now. And when you look at the league table, you would have snatched someone's hand off if they'd just offered you this after 15 games at the start of the season. You're only a point off the top 4. If Manchester United beat Bournemouth now on Monday night, they're going to be in the top 4 heading into that Aston Villa game as a battle for 2 teams inside the top 4. And how the narrative can switch within a week. All sounds good, all sounds great, all sounds fantastic, and it looks like Manchester United are actually competing again. But the reality of this is that Manchester United actually have just beaten a shite Wolves side, and anybody will beat this Wolves side. They were that bad. United should have been 5-0 up in the first half. United should have had double figures tonight. And that alone tells you how shit Wolves are. 2 points this season. They hadn't even registered a goal in the previous 5 games before this game that they'd lost all of. So Manchester United allowed them to give them that moment, which was really disappointing from our side of things. But realistically, looking at that result there, it was a much-needed confidence booster for Ruben Amorim. He got the reaction from the players in the second half, even with that 10-minute spell where you thought United could have turned again. Luckily, it was Wolves that we gave that 10-minute spell because anybody else in the league we've seen are very capable of doing things to Manchester United like Everton did, like West Ham did, like Brentford, Manchester City, Grimsby, the list goes on. We've seen it before with this team. What Manchester United are doing now, I think, here in this game, is everything that was expected of them and nothing more. A great result against a poor side, and that was it. We move on. The good points about tonight came in a few individual player performances. Player performances like Bruno Fernandes, like we said, 2 goals and an assist. His stats are phenomenal. And again, you can bemoan it being a smaller game and a lesser team, but he's still done it. He's still done it. The other great performance tonight, which was standout for Manchester United, was from Mason Mount. Absolutely phenomenal tonight, Mason Mount. I thought everything he did was a touch of class. It really was. It won't go down as the one that stands out because of the stats and who's on the score sheets, the goals, the assists. Bruno Fernandes will probably steal the man of the match again for Manchester United today. But Mason Mount was by far Manchester United's best player in that game. By a country mile, he was Man United's best player in that game. I thought that just the vision and awareness that he showed in just little moments, in dummies, in feints, in his passing, it was crisp. Absolutely crisp. The timing of the run for that goal, the way he won the free kick on the edge of the box, he is going to be an absolute asset and weapon that Ruben Amorim desperately needs to keep fit going forward here, because when we hit AFCON and we lose Mbeumo and we lose Ahmad, you're going to need Mason Mount in this side to step up. We need Cunha to get back in form. He was a bit better tonight. I thought he was a bit sharper. He could have been a bit more clinical, but I think in time we will see more of Cunha. And you know what? With Manchester United needing him, maybe that will make Cunha step up again. But don't forget about Mason Mount. This is a man that has been disrespected in this Manchester United fan base for so long now. He's been fit and available from the back end of last season. He's had a full pre-season and he's consistently performing for Manchester United. I made a statement in the watch-along. I actually said that Mason Mount has been our most consistent performer in that front line this season. And that's with Bryan Mbeumo. I think Bryan Mbeumo's on 7 or 8 goals this season now. And he's worth every single penny. But I didn't think he was great tonight. He has been way off the mark. And a goal will cover it up a little bit for Mbeumo. So when players like that drop off, you need other players to stand out. And tonight, Mason Mount stole the show for me. I thought he was outstanding. Brilliant that we got minutes for Licha and Yoro again. Licha getting another 20-plus minutes under his belt. That is really good because obviously Mazraoui is being used as a centre-back at the moment and he is going to be off to AFCON. Still got De Ligt and Maguire nursing injuries on the injury list as well. So Licha could be vital. Yoro could be vital. Good minutes for Aiden Heaven tonight as well. Clean sheet. But well, not a clean sheet for him. Sorry, I got that wrong with the 1 goal. Still can't believe they scored that goal, Wolves. But still, Yoro looks accomplished and steady in there as well. Good that all these players are getting minutes. Another 20 minutes plus for Kobbie Mainoo as well. The only blotch really was the fact that Jay Lacey didn't get on the pitch and Ruben Amorim made 2 centre-back substitutes again. Like, bewildering how he just needs to make centre-back substitutions. I would be absolutely livid playing a centre-back for Ruben Amorim as a in this team. He doesn't need to do it. And you know what? There was a moment there where I said, if Wolves all of a sudden now come forward and end up scoring a couple of goals because we've changed our centre-backs and we miss out on a few crosses, Ruben's going to be slaughtered. Stop it, Ruben. You don't need to do it. I understand we're 3-1 up and it may seem like I'm trying to drive a negative here, but that cannot continue. Stop making centre-back substitutes, please. We don't need to do it. Good thing in that is, to defend him on that, was that Licha needed minutes. He got minutes because we're going to need him. We're going to need him definitely. Luke Shaw, solid again today. Made some very, very aggressive tackles and was on it. Mazraoui, I think, was a little bit rash at times, but comfortable enough. And Senna Lamens really didn't have to do much. A couple of mistakes from his team in front of him led to the Wolves goal. Nothing he could do about that goal. And again, that for him is another win for Manchester United. And just to drive another narrative again, I said there that Manchester United now 3rd highest goal scorers in the league. Cannot remember the last time we actually scored 4 away from home. The last time we actually won by 3 clear goals, I think, was Everton last season. Or was it Leicester last season? I can't remember now. But still, Manchester United, when you look at it, for all of our moaning, which is warranted, and everything that's going on performance-wise on the pitch in several games now, and in particular at home, which is disappointing United, we have lost 1 game in 9. Realistically, that's, I think, any team would take right now in the title, or not the title, sorry, in the Premier League. I think that is a stat that needs to be spoken about as well. There is a bit of steeliness about United, at least. Weak and very, very weak in certain moments. Trust me on this. Like, I am not getting carried away with a 4-1 win against Wolves. And that's what I wanted to finish with tonight. We have to be realistic. We have to be honest with ourselves. That was an absolutely horrendous Wolves side, and they deserve to be going down. No surprise that them Wolves fans are protesting outside. If that's what they're watching week in, week out, then it isn't looking good for them. But that just shows you exactly what was in front of Manchester United tonight. And what United did was a job that they should do. What United did was put to bed an absolutely shocking Wolves side, and they did it comfortably in the end. Thank God that they turned out in that second half. And you know what that is? Again, that's back-to-back wins away from home for Manchester United. Somebody please tell me the last time that happened. Because I have racked my brain along that watch-along there, trying to think exactly how long ago that was, or when United last did that. I honestly do not know. Back-to-back away wins for this Man United side? Something dreams are made of, innit? I cannot remember it. I honestly can't. But again, to wrap it all up and just to go over everything there again, Mason Mount stand out for Manchester United. I thought he was outstanding tonight. Bruno does Bruno things. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. He still puts up the numbers. And when we needed him, he stood up and he got us goals again and assists again. Great vision to pick out Mason Mount. Great run from Mounts. Another important goal for Mbumo because he's been going through a bit of a dry spell. We just need a goal for Cunha now and we're laughing. Sesko is obviously back on grass. Maguire's not too far away. Neither is De Ligt. AFCON is coming and Ruben has got his full squad. So the narrative continues. No excuses, Ruben. You've got that good win against Wolves and we move forward from here. Yes, AFCON is here, but you have got more than enough players in this squad to try and compete and be successful going forward in this next spell of games. The easy run is over. Could the hard run actually benefit Manchester United? I mean, the Villas, the Newcastles of this world coming to attack Manchester United, maybe even Bournemouth on Monday might give us a better chance. All of a sudden, after one win again, it's looking a lot brighter for Manchester United, but we're not getting carried away. Wolves were crap, United were good, and we got the job done. Nice to get some goals and nice to see a comfortable night and see the Man United away fans jumping around cheering. It was good to see. Don't forget to make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well. Get your comments in when this video goes out separately as well. And make sure you hit the, I said subscribe, didn't I already? So yes, please do that as well. Right, let's get through a few of these live comments quickly.